How do you safely take off with your DJI Mini 4 Pro or DJI Air 3 when the ground is uneven or unsuitable? You could use a pizza box or one of these. Even then, the ground may not be suitable. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to confidently launch and land your drone just by using this handy thing at the end of your arm. And you'll get to the point where you'll wonder why you did it any other way. Oh, and watch to the end for some important tips and warnings. Hand launching and catching your drone is very much like making love to a beautiful woman. Do it quickly, with confidence, and keep your fingers out of the way. Now, we've all seen people casually hand launching and hand catching their drones in videos or out and about, and you've probably thought, oh, that could end up with you chopping your fingers off, or even worse, damaging your drone. But after a few years of flying drones on YouTube and talking about it, I've come to notice that every time there's a shot of me catching a drone, I get a comment down below saying, how do you hand catch drones? So I thought it was about time I made a video about how I do it. So let's get on with it. Now, if you've got the DJI Neo or DJI Flip, it's all pretty simple. In the manual, DJI actually recommend you take off and land in your hand. To take off using the Neo or Flip, you can simply select one of the modes and let it do its thing.
Follow. 3, 2, 1.
You can also use your voice to launch them. Hey fly, take off.
No problem. Take off.
Or just press the button in the app.
Take off.
And then to get it to land, you simply put your hand underneath and it'll gently drop into the palm of your hand. But with the Mini series and above, things get a little bit more complicated. There's no prop guards and you've got obstacle avoidance, which kind of makes it a bit difficult to get near to the drone when you're trying to catch it. But there is a way to do it. DJI don't recommend hand catching these. So just as a disclaimer, if you do end up chopping your fingers off or damaging your drone, I didn't recommend it, but at the end of the day, with a bit of practice, this is really easy. I've done it hundreds of times and only hurt myself slightly once. Ouch. For both launching and for catching, it's best to have the drone facing you. If you struggle with flying your drone when it's facing towards you because the left and right's flipped over, you can hand launch and hand catch with the rear of the drone facing you. Just be aware that the props at the back do sometimes have a tendency to lower down slightly, so just keep your fingers away from them. Hold the drone at arm's length at a slightly upward angle so that you're not going to get touched by the props. And then with the controller, hold that on your arm, press the auto takeoff button and take off. Now when you're holding the drone, hold it very gently, and as it starts to take off, just let it go. You don't want to put any undue pressure on those motors. The other way to do it, which is my favorite, is to bring your control sticks down and in, and then just push up on the left control stick. If you're uncomfortable with balancing your controller on your arm and you want to do a manual takeoff, you can push the stick in on one side and use the side of your hand to push the other stick in. Move the drone away and then push up on the left-hand stick. I've realised I'm facing the wrong way to actually demonstrate this. The easiest way to do this is to hold your drone in your right hand because you've got your left thumb near the left stick. Here's a bit of B-roll to show you how it's done. With the DJI Avata 2, it's quite simple. With your goggles off and your Avata 2 held flat on your hand, press and hold the takeoff button twice and press up on the joystick to take off. To land the Avata 2, bring it towards you at a fairly low height. Carefully from the top, without touching the props, grab it and turn it over. Now you can do that with the Mini 4 Pro and the Air 3 as well, but by grabbing them from the bottom and turning them over. I don't like doing it though because it makes a horrible noise and I'm a bit worried about it putting undue pressure on the motor and the props. Before I move on to hand catching, if you are finding this video useful, please do hit the like button, and also while you're there, consider subscribing. It really does help the channel, and it's free. Thanks very much, you're awesome. The easiest way to hand catch your drone is to press the auto land button, wait for that to come down, and as it comes down to just about chin height, put your hand out and grab it. You need to do that quite quickly, otherwise the obstacle avoidance will make it fly back up again. To manually land your drone on your hand, if you push down on the left-hand stick, hold your hand out flat, bring the drone down, it'll see your hand and think it's the ground and start landing. Before you take off, do make sure that you have a good satellite connection on your drone. Otherwise, when it takes off, it can flail about a bit like a drunken monkey. And again, you don't want a bunch of props in your face. If there's a bit of a breeze, make sure you're taking off and landing with the wind to your back. The last thing you want is a big gust of wind to come along and blow the drone and its propellers into your face. If it's particularly windy, then I wouldn't recommend flying at all, and especially not hand takeoff and catching. If you're having any problems with getting your drone to land because of the obstacle avoidance, what you can do is switch to sport mode. That will switch the obstacle avoidance off. Then you can bring it down and catch it in your hand. Now with the Air 3, it's a lot easier because it's bigger. Do remember to switch the controller back into normal mode before your next flight. DJI do have a safety feature that means that even if your controller is switched to sport mode when you take off, the drone will be in normal mode. But they did remove that feature a few firmware versions ago. They put it back on fairly quick, but just make sure your firmware is up to date, just in case. You don't want any mishaps. It really is all about confidence though, but once you've practiced it just a few times, you'll be hand launching and hand catching like a pro. Now, if you want to see how to plan a drone video, have a look at this up here. And if you want to see what YouTube's algorithm goblins have done, have a look at this here. Oh, and subscribe down here. Bye. It's a miracle. Managed to get through that without making one joke about hand job.
That's why I'm so high.